So there's Google ads, Facebook ads, order leads, open houses, and Sphere. And with Sphere, there could be subcategories there. There could be, client events. There could be booths at, bridal shows. There could be past client outreach, all that stuff, and all of them have benefits. All of them have drawbacks, right? So probably the cheapest would be client events, but it also is the most demanding with regards to face-to-face interactions, planning events, dinners, things like that. So none of them are necessarily bad. What I would really challenge everybody to do is to ask themselves a question is, what's right for you, right? Obviously, buying leads online is a fantastic way to scale your business because you're literally paying money to talk to people that are interested in the service you provide. And then how much you pay per lead depends on how much clarity you want the consumer to have, right? So there's some services that they wait to send you the lead until the lead says, I want to buy in the next 30 days. And then the service sends you the lead and they want a 42% referral fee, right? Now you might say, well, I don't really care because I got somebody that's ready to go look at houses this weekend. Okay, that's a personal decision. That's totally fine with you, right? Or there's the opposite end of the extreme. There's somebody that saw a pretty house on Facebook, clicked it and said, I'm going to put my information because I want to look at more of the photos, right? And then you call them and they're like, I don't really know what I want, right? Well, I built my business off of that scenario of essentially buying leads much cheaper. Instead of paying, if it's a $10,000 commission, instead of paying $4,200 for the lead that's ready now, I'm paying $15 for the lead that doesn't know what they want yet. And that was right for my organization because my organization is really big on teaching the consumer, bringing them in, having, first-time home buyer seminars, home buying seminars, the buyer consult, go over agency agreements. So for us, that's kind of where we landed. Ultimately, you got to do what's right for you. I would just say that if you do buy a service that is costly, like a 42% referral fee, I would tell you that it's kind of like something you do for a little while, and then you've got to master climbing up the funnel to make more money. Probably under that, another one we do really big is just open houses, to be able to sit there, have people come to the house and talk to you about the home and have a really great strategy to keep those people that walked in the home on your website searching at other homes is also a really great strategy. I mean, the pros are it's free. The con is it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to generate the leads. It's a lot of work to cultivate them because we call them leads. But, if you set up a table, first of all, it's not free. You're going to have to pay for the table, but it's not a lot. Let's say it's $500 and you have a raffle, right? And let's say you get 100 people and you had a Yeti cooler. I don't know what they cost. Let's say that's $500. So now you spent $1,000 and you had 100 people submit their information to get that Yeti cooler. And maybe you had a box, you thought ahead and you're like, are you interested in buying and selling? And out of the 100, maybe 5 said, yeah, I'm interested in buying or selling one day. Well, now you've got 100 people, that's $10 per person, right? And now you got to send information to all 100. You got to try to see if you can strike up a conversation. The 5 that said they're interested in buying or selling one day, now you got to figure out can I talk to them about that? You call them, hey, it was great meeting you. Sorry you didn't win the Yeti cooler, but I am hoping that, I can talk to you about real estate one day. And they're like, oh, my friend's an agent, or, so you're basically collecting a lot of people's information, but you're really struggling to actually sell houses because people don't wake up and suddenly say, I think I'm going to buy a house tomorrow. It's something that takes a long time. So that's why focusing on the house and having people come to the house, at least that there's interest in that type of property in that price range. You're farther along in your journey, but it's still really hard because if you've held an open house, most people are just like, oh, I'm not interested. I have an agent. My cousin's an agent, something. And so you have a lot of hurdles that you have to overcome. So definitely pros. It's great if you want to do free lead gen, but the cons for me, it just made it to where it wasn't worth it for me. I really enjoyed talking to people that were interested in the service that I provide. And then I can sell myself, I can teach them, which is a passion of mine, and empower them. But I would say high level, those are probably the pros and cons that come to mind for me.